You guys know that I love to bring you guys content that is meta, but with an off-meta twist, and we are back with that same principle here, where we're going to show you how to get really glitchy. All right, fellas, so what we're doing here is we are coming out in the tight offset tight end formation, audibling down to the gun split close pro formation. And in this formation, we're going to have both the ability to pass and run. And the run is really good because it's based all around a shovel option, which for those of you that aren't familiar with shovel options, they basically allow you to take off right away with the quarterback and go up the middle, kind of like a advanced QB sneak in essence. And it's really difficult to defend if you're not blitzing really heavy. So a lot of people that are in, say, dollar, for instance, right, everybody's favorite formation this year, if they're just bringing the 3 defensive linemen and then the 2 slot corners, especially from a base aligned look, they're going to have a ton of issues dealing with this run scheme that we're doing out of the split close pro. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the different playbooks, this is actually in the Green Bay Packers offensive playbook. And the main difference there is the fact that we don't have a couple of the main passing plays that people will use out of the tight offset tight end. Like we don't have Saints in, we don't have the play with the dual wheel routes, which a lot of people like out of the Saints, but we do have the ability to, as you see, break off some really crazy runs that a lot of people have no idea how to defend. So this was a sequence of 2 games, right? That was the first game. I scored, got a stop, got another, or backwards, got a stop, scored, got another stop, and he quit. This game is going to be a little bit longer. This is actually a player that I felt like was pretty decent. Now, I don't really remember what he ran, but as you see, we are able to audible down into the I form. We're able to come out in I form. We just, overall, we have the ability to be very annoying for our opponent. And that's really the goal this late in the year, right? We're not sitting here trying to, win an MCS belt, but we are trying to obviously win some games. And we're trying to have some fun with it. This is definitely not going to be one of those formations that you can just, run 3 plays and call it a day. I mean, you're going to have all your meta setups out of the tight offset tight end formation. Green Bay also has a really good gun bunch if you wanted to run that. But basically what I'm doing here is I wanted to use a lot of the meta setups that you'll see out of the tight offset tight end formation and just, abuse some of these corner routes as you see Tom Brady miss right there. But I really wanted to give myself the advantage of if I wanted to milk out a clock, right? Most people by now have 0-1 trap D. So, especially when they see that formation, right? They know it's coming. So I wanted to go ahead and give them something else that they have to worry about, especially the players that, once again, are in dollar. With the latest patch, most people are either in 335 Cub, which is, 3-3 Cub is essentially 335 wide. So you have that, or they're in dollar. It's really the 2 defensive formations that you see. Every once in a while, you'll see something kind of off meta and just goofy in general. But for me, I feel like this is just the easiest and best way to play. It's almost brain dead in the sense that as long as you know how the tight offset tight end formation works, you have a really quick audible by audibling down to the split close pro because it's really just one player moving. And once he audibles down, you can just take off with the quarterback, or you can run the inside zone split, which is a really good run. You also have the ability to do like an outside zone, which is really good against like 3-3 Cub. It's outside zone is really good defense against, or really good offensive play against that. But I mean, as you can see, even with a not really maximized scheme, he ran spinner right there. But like I'm using the old Tom Brady, so this is not. I think he's got 88 speed. Like you could easily put Lamar back here and do this. You could do a lot better than that Tom Brady for this particular scheme. But I wanted to try it before I really dove too far into it just to make sure it was viable. And as you'll see, right, like this is just it's very easy to do. It's very hard to defend because you have to worry about so many different things. You have to worry about splitbacks, which nobody at the moment, unless you've played Allen competitively, has reps against split 2 running backs in the backfield from a pure passing standpoint, right? You have that. You have a tight end on the line of scrimmage, so you can put him on tight end post route, which just cooks everything. You can put him on a tight end corner route, which once again cooks basically everything. You are building your entire scheme around play action, so edge threats and really cornerback blitzes, unless they are pass committing, is not really the move. And like I feel like this player really kind of he knew the best way to really defend this. You see, he's shifting his defensive line over. He knows like how he's trying to shoot the gap through that B gap. It's just really difficult. I mean, I've played a couple games now that, you wouldn't see a ton of people making the adjustments that this player that I'm playing right here was actually making. Like, perfect example right there, right? He pinches the defensive line, crashes them to the left, meaning that any run that would go back across the left or like go towards the left or like even the 0-1 trap, it would shoot. Like, just he knew what he was doing. I mean, it's really all you can say. But for as good as he plays this game defensively, you'll see that he doesn't get stops. Like, he has me on 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 5s. I think I convert one 4th down. I converted one earlier. I might convert another one later on. I don't really remember. But overall, I mean, the shovel option, the inside zone split, these are all really, really hard things to defend. And he's running spinner, which, I mean, it doesn't get much better run defense than spinner, especially if you know how to gap shoot. So you see, we're just, slowly going down the field, right? 4 or 5 yards a pop at it, really difficult for him. Unlike some of the other schemes I've broken down here, this wasn't one of the schemes where I get a whole lot of hate mail from. I think it's just from a pure competitive standpoint, like people that know what they're doing, they don't really know how to defend this. So, like, you see, once again, I'm going to sit here and he blitzes that slot corner. We know he's blitzing because of threat detector, so we can basically throw it right at him as he gets all jammed up from the play action. Here, you see he goes down, scores pretty quick. I get the ball back. We're going to go down, and we got a minute to go, so now we're going to use some of those meta setups, right? Here's a perfect little dot right here, freeform to the inside. Nice little dot to Terrell Davis. Now, Terrell Davis has short end elite for 0 AP, which is why I am using him in this spot. Like I said, this is not, the players that I'm running are definitely not the best ones for the scheme, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you, like, you can really do this pretty easily. Here, we get a stop on him. We go ahead, abuse these corner routes. So we're 14-7. We're now already into field goal range. And for what was a pretty close game, it pretty much went and just completely got turned on its head. And you see, if we want to be pass happy, we want to be very meta, take a meta approach to this, we can definitely do it. We can just spam PA seams over and over again, as you see me doing. Here, once again, I have 2 touchdowns, and we overthrow it because, EA dropped a new card, therefore my old card of that same player is going to play worse. Gotta love EA. But with all that being said, I mean, you see, like, we have people open. Here you can see we can audible down to I-forms D close, I-form slot if we want to. We could go to strong close, which is actually really good if you know how to pass from it. And this is kind of going to be one of those little schemes that I really wanted to just kind of show you that you don't need to always go completely off meta, right? Like, there's a large part of the community that thinks you're either off meta or you're a meta player. And you can take a very meta scheme, like tight offset tight end, the most popular one, and completely switch it off to where you play pretty off meta. Like, just one simple player in a different spot, audible down to a formation that nobody has reps against, and all of a sudden you'll see, like, a player that knows what they're doing, they don't know how to defend it. Like, it's really that simple. Here you see we got corner out open, just, we're spamming corners, and that one drops. We'll go back to a meta setup, one that Fancy and those guys made extremely popular right here, where you've got the 2 hitches, the 2 posts, and then you'll see that I actually, on this particular play, I'm going to make a bad read. Like, I'm going to throw the ball to Y, and his user bites dumb hard down and to the right. I just don't even see him. So I was definitely going to throw a pick right there, but, thankfully EA said no thanks. So 3rd and 10, we've got 11 seconds. We're going to go ahead and dot this one up. So you'll see we're going to go back to the corner route. We're going to spam the corner route over here to the right-hand side. Going to throw it to, I believe, Andre Reed. Yep. So it's going to be Andre Reed on the B route. We're just going to click on, and we will ag this to make sure that we cut it off before the defender can hit us. And we're going to take our 7 points and get into the next ball game. So wanted to definitely let you guys see that you can play off meta while using a meta formation. And if you want to see more wrinkles like this that you can add to some of these these more popular formations, let me know a formation that you guys want to see me break down. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video.